Hello and welcome to another How to Crucible weapon review. Today we're looking at Pribina-D, a hand cannon from the Hake Foundry. So let's get right into talking about the weapon. So first of all, it is a very slow, heavy hitting hand cannon. It's one of those archetypes that isn't really prevalent in Destiny 2. There's not a whole lot of these weapons out there, but I really enjoy these weapons. Even though they are kind of phased out, really, they're not really used, they're not really that great. I thoroughly enjoy using this kind of weapon. So while I was playing, I was having a pretty good time, but, you know, Destiny 2 and killing people and not, the time to kill is too long, really, in Destiny 2. So with these weapons, it's not really viable. So what I'm saying is, you're shooting at someone, you're probably hitting them for probably 3 to 4 shots, kills on this weapon, 3 being the luckiest 3 headshot that you've ever had. But what it should have been is a 2 headshot kill and then a 3 to 4 hit body shot, depending on how many shots you're hitting wherever, But regardless, I like these weapons. They're just not really the greatest in Destiny 2 because of how the design flaws are and the damage not doing enough. So let's talk about its stats here real quick. So impact, a lot. Impact is a lot. The bar is almost full. It is a lot. Again, I don't think it does enough. I don't think weapons do enough damage in the game anyways, in the PvP side. So it is doing a massive 71 per headshot every single time. I believe this should be a 90 to 100 per headshot every time. So, that's what I'm saying, just so that you can hit a 2 headshot. But, whatever. It does a lot of impact is what I'm saying. Range is pretty good. Range is almost all the way full as well. It just does very, very, very good damage from very far away as a hand cannon, which is something you really want because hand cannons are kind of unique in that aspect of being able to get some damage a little bit downrange. Up close, though, with the weapon, does quite well as well. It's just not fast enough, really. It's just not fast enough. There's only 7 rounds in the magazine. You're hitting 110 rounds per minute, so obviously you're gonna get melted by that good old SMG that's popping off 800 rounds per minute. You know what I mean? You know. Going on to stability, handling. I almost wasn't able to say stability. Well, that's whatever. Anyways, they're poop. They're massive poop, massive piece of fecal matter that's on the ground is stability and handling. It's got some kick, it's got some bounce. You know what I mean? It's a little bit hard to handle, but you gotta put that off. You gotta put that off because obviously there's a lot of impact, there's a lot of range. You're gonna have to have some nerfs on the weapon. You can't have a weapon that just full bars the whole way. Impact, range, stability, handling, reload speed. You don't want full bar weapon, otherwise everyone's using that gun. On reload speed, also kind of poop. It's a hand cannon. You kind of have to expect that. Slow reloads on a hand cannon. The only hand cannon that ever had a really fast reload speed was Last Word, and Last Word doesn't exist in this game. So there you have it. Like I said before, rounds per minute, 110, magazine 7. You don't have a whole lot of rounds, and you don't shoot them very fast. So obviously, for the damage that it's putting out for those rounds per minute and the rounds that you have in the magazine, it's pretty good. But like I said, you should be doing more damage. You should be doing a lot more damage with the weapon to make this really even a viable weapon in the Crucible that can be used by basically everybody. So let's move on over to the perks of the weapon. The perks, pretty standard, but there is one unique part about this weapon, and that is the hip fire grip trait. This perk at the very end is an ergonomic grip that increases accuracy and stability when firing from the hip. Yes, you can shoot this weapon from the hip and basically hit anything you want. I enjoyed using this, but it wasn't really a deal breaker for being a massively good perk, if you know what I'm saying. It wasn't something that I was going to use a lot because I can hit things while aiming down the sights as well. It's just a little bit of an extra that you can use with the hip fire. I tried it out. It's just not a deal breaker for using it only above. If it did a little bit more damage when you shot from the hip as well, then maybe, yeah, this would be a viable option, and I would have tried to use it more because it would have obviously done more damage. But it's, honestly, for me, it's a lot easier to aim down sights anyways. It's a lot more comfortable for me to do that with a controller. It's not really that crazy, but, whatever. It's a little bit unique. Let's go ahead and rank some things. So for perks, I do think it's a little bit unique, but they are pretty stale, really. They're not really crazy perks that you're going to be using a lot. Whatever, they're normal, so I'm going to go ahead and give it a 6, just mainly because of the fact that it was a little bit unique, and I've really never seen this perk specifically. It's probably out there, I just haven't seen it. Moving on to the range categories, we have long range. Long range, I'm going to go ahead and give it a 6, just because it can do damage from far away. I don't recommend it, obviously. It's just not useful for that. It only has 7 rounds, it only shoots really slow, and you kind of want those bullets just in case someone else comes up at you. You're going to want to be able to shoot that person instead of the person you're trying to cross map with it. And you're not obviously doing a massive amount of damage from far away anyways. For short range, we're going to go ahead and give it a 6.8. It's not a 7. Mainly because it's not fast enough. If this weapon was faster, if there was some sort of speed thing that allowed this weapon to move quickly in certain situations, then I do think it might be hitting a 7 or an 8, but because it's not fast, I'm going to go ahead and give it a 6.8. It's got a 6.8 just because it does do a lot of damage. It can melt kids. If you hit your shots, you are perfect. You can destroy kids. It's just not the thing you want in some situations against other people's anti-OD. Moving on to effectiveness, we're going to go ahead and look at the results that I was able to come up with. Here we go. For kills, we had 243 kills. For deaths, we had 151 deaths. Add those up, we have 394 total fights that I was in. So let's pull up the good old equation. Let's put our 243 for K, and then let's put our 394 for T, our total gunfights. Let's times that by 100, and we're gonna get 6.2 as our effectiveness rating. Now for the overall rating, let's add up all 4 numbers, our 6, our 6, our 6.8, our 6.2, add those up, get a number, we divide by 4, and we're gonna go ahead and get a 6.3. Now, we have all of our rankings. Let's go ahead and add all of them up to get our final score of a 31.3. So now we have our final score. Let's go on to the ranking process, shall we? So if you do not know about the ranking process, I take the final score that we got, so our 31.3, and I take it against all of the final scores from the other weapons in first its category, so in hand cannon category this time, and then I take it against all of the weapons that I have done in the entire game. So we're talking every single gun, pulse rifles, scout rifles, you know what I mean. With a score of 31.3, this hand cannon against its fellow peer hand cannons is going to hit the 5th spot. It gets into the top 5 of the hand cannons. Pretty good. I mean, with a score of 31.3, obviously it's going to be somewhat good because it is above a 30, something that I believe is the main mark you're going to want for using an actual weapon in the Crucible, something that actually makes it viable to use. So if it's over 30, obviously there's some backing behind it. Now let's go ahead and take it against all of the weapons in the game that I have done so far, all of the other 49 that I've done, and it is going to take the 29th spot. Obviously with the 30, like I said, it's going to be kind of halfway down there, just because there's a lot below that and there's a lot above that. So there you have it. Another one down, and so many more to go. Thank you guys for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. This is the 50th gun, so expect a video after this going over the first 50 guns that I've done and some sort of capacity. So thank you guys for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, go ahead and hit the like button, and if you're new, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you later.